There's a powerful idea I want you to consider today. Your body is not broken. It's simply out of rhythm. Inflammation is a natural and essential process in the body. It is part of your immune system's defense mechanism, designed to protect you from injury, infection, and harmful stimuli. When you cut your skin or catch a virus, inflammation is what helps your body respond and begin the healing process. But the problem begins when inflammation is no longer temporary. When it becomes chronic, low-grade, and constant, it starts to work against you instead of for you. This silent, persistent inflammation is now understood to be a major underlying factor in many modern health conditions, including fatigue, weight gain, metabolic dysfunction, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. One of the most powerful ways to reset your health is to identify and remove the root causes that keep this inflammatory response turned on. A major contributor is the modern diet, particularly the overconsumption of ultra-processed foods. These foods are often high in refined sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives, all of which can disrupt your gut microbiome and trigger immune responses. When your gut becomes imbalanced, it can lead to increased intestinal permeability, sometimes referred to as leaky gut, allowing substances to enter the bloodstream that the body perceives as threats. This keeps the immune system activated and inflammation elevated. Another key driver is poor sleep. When you consistently get inadequate or disrupted sleep, your body loses one of its most important windows for repair and recovery. During deep sleep, your system regulates inflammatory markers, clears metabolic waste from the brain, and resets hormonal balance. Without this process, inflammation tends to accumulate. Even a few nights of poor sleep can increase levels of inflammatory cytokines, making you feel more fatigued, less focused, and more prone to illness. Chronic stress is also a major factor. The body does not distinguish well between physical and psychological stress. Whether it's a demanding workload, emotional strain, or constant digital stimulation, your body responds by releasing stress hormones like cortisol. In short bursts, this response is adaptive. But when stress becomes constant, cortisol regulation becomes disrupted, and this can lead to a pro-inflammatory state. Over time, this affects nearly every system in the body, from immune function to digestion and brain health. Environmental factors can also play a role. Exposure to pollutants, lack of natural light, and a sedentary lifestyle all contribute to inflammation. When you spend most of your day indoors, disconnected from natural rhythms, your circadian biology becomes misaligned. This misalignment can impact sleep, hormone release, and immune function, further compounding the issue. Reducing inflammation at the root requires a shift toward removing these triggers while allowing your body to return to a more balanced state. This means prioritizing whole, unprocessed foods that support gut health, such as vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, and clean sources of protein. It means creating a consistent sleep schedule that allows for deep, restorative rest. It involves managing stress through simple practices like mindful breathing, time outdoors, or moments of stillness throughout the day. It also includes reintroducing movement in a way that feels natural and sustainable rather than extreme or exhausting. As these changes begin to take place, the body starts to respond in subtle but meaningful ways. Energy levels become more stable, digestion improves, and mental clarity increases. This is not because you are forcing the body to perform differently, but because you are removing the obstacles that were preventing it from functioning as it was designed to. Your body is constantly working to repair, restore, and maintain balance, often without you even being aware of it. Every second, countless processes are taking place: cells regenerating, tissues healing, the immune system identifying and neutralizing threats. This built-in capacity for healing is not something you need to create, it is something you need to support. When you provide the right conditions, the body becomes more efficient at doing what it is already designed to do. One of the most fundamental elements in supporting these systems is proper hydration. Water is involved in nearly every biological function, from transporting nutrients to removing waste products. When hydration is insufficient, even at mild levels, it can impair circulation, reduce cognitive performance, and place stress on the body's regulatory systems. Drinking adequate water consistently throughout the day allows your cells to function optimally and supports processes like detoxification through the kidneys and lymphatic system. Sleep is another cornerstone of the body's healing capacity. During deep sleep, the body enters a state of active repair. Growth hormone is released, which supports tissue regeneration and muscle recovery. The brain undergoes a cleansing process, clearing out metabolic waste that accumulates during waking hours. At the same time, the immune system recalibrates, strengthening its ability to respond effectively to future challenges. When sleep is shortened or disrupted, these processes are compromised, and the body becomes less resilient over time. Exposure to natural light, particularly in the morning, plays a critical role in regulating your internal clock, also known as the circadian rhythm. This rhythm influences when you feel alert, when you feel sleepy, and how your hormones are released throughout the day. Morning sunlight signals to your brain that it is time to be awake and active, helping to suppress melatonin and increase alertness. It also sets the timing for when melatonin will be released later in the evening, improving sleep quality. This simple habit can have a cascading effect on energy levels, mood, and overall physiological balance. Breathing, although automatic, can also be optimized to support healing. Many people tend to breathe in a shallow, rapid manner, especially under stress. This type of breathing can activate the sympathetic nervous system, keeping the body in a state of alertness or tension. By consciously slowing down the breath and breathing more deeply through the nose, we can reduce stress and anxiety. You can stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and recovery. This shift allows the body to redirect resources toward healing rather than constant vigilance. Nutrition also plays a central role in supporting these systems. The body requires a steady supply of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and healthy fats to carry out its repair processes. Whole, nutrient-dense foods provide these building blocks in forms that the body can easily recognize and utilize. When nutrition is inadequate or heavily reliant on processed foods, the body lacks the raw materials it needs to function efficiently, which can slow down recovery and increase vulnerability to stress and disease. Movement, when approached correctly, is another powerful signal that supports healing. Gentle, consistent activity such as walking, stretching, or low-intensity exercise improves circulation, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach tissues more effectively. It also supports lymphatic flow, which helps remove waste products from the body. Unlike intense or excessive exercise, which can sometimes add stress, moderate movement reinforces the body's natural rhythms and enhances overall resilience. When these elements hydration, sleep, light exposure, breathing, nutrition, and movement are aligned, they create an internal environment where healing is not forced but allowed. The body begins to operate more efficiently, energy becomes more stable, and systems that once felt strained start to recover their natural balance. The human body is deeply connected to rhythm. Every system within it operates on cycles, sleep-wake pattern, hormone release, digestion, and even body temperature follow predictable, repeating patterns throughout the day. When these rhythms are consistent, the body functions efficiently, conserving energy and maintaining balance. But when they are disrupted through irregular sleep, inconsistent eating, or constant stimulation, the body shifts into a state of confusion, often leading to fatigue, poor focus, and metabolic imbalance. Creating a sustainable daily rhythm begins with one of the most influential anchors in your biology, the time you wake up. Waking at the same time each day, even on weekends, sends a clear and consistent signal to your internal clock. This consistency helps regulate cortisol, the hormone responsible for alertness in the morning, and sets the stage for melatonin release later in the evening. When your wake time fluctuates significantly, this hormonal coordination becomes misaligned, making it harder to feel energized during the day and restful at night. Shortly after waking, exposing yourself to natural light reinforces this rhythm. Light entering the eyes triggers signals in the brain that promote wakefulness and synchronize your circadian system. This is not about intensity or duration alone, but about timing. Morning light has a uniquely powerful effect on setting your internal schedule, influencing how your body will perform over the next 24 hours. When this habit becomes consistent, it strengthens the reliability of your sleep cycle and improves overall energy stability. Meal timing is another important factor. Eating at regular intervals each day helps coordinate your metabolic processes. Your body begins to anticipate when fuel will arrive, optimizing digestion, enzyme release, and nutrient absorption. Irregular eating patterns, on the other hand, can disrupt blood sugar regulation and lead to energy fluctuations. By maintaining a steady rhythm in when you eat, Provide your body with a predictable structure that supports both energy production and recovery. Movement should also follow a consistent pattern, though it does not need to be rigid or intense. Incorporating physical activity at similar times each day reinforces your body's expectations and enhances performance. Whether it's a morning walk, a midday stretch, or light exercise in the afternoon, the key is regularity. Movement acts as a signal that your body is active and engaged, supporting circulation, mental clarity, and overall vitality. As the day progresses, it becomes equally important to create a rhythm for slowing down. The transition from activity to rest should not be abrupt. Gradually reducing stimulation in the evening allows your nervous system to shift toward a more relaxed state. Dimming lights, limiting screen exposure, and engaging in calming activities help prepare the body for sleep. This intentional wind-down period signals that the day is coming to an end, allowing melatonin to rise naturally and promote deeper, more restorative sleep. Consistency in sleep timing is just as important as consistency in waking. Going to bed at roughly the same time each night helps reinforce your circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Over time, this regularity reduces the effort required to maintain good sleep as the body begins to follow the established pattern automatically. When all these elements wake time, light exposure, meal timing, movement, and sleep are aligned in a consistent and sustainable way, the body begins to operate with greater efficiency. Energy becomes more predictable, mental clarity improves, and the constant feeling of being out of sync starts to fade. Rather than forcing productivity or recovery, you create an environment where both can occur naturally, guided by the rhythms your body is already designed to follow.